All right, good morning. This is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. We are at property address 13185 Southwest Shore Drive here in Tigard. You're located at the front of the house here. We're just to the left of the front doorway, going through a 3-inch ABS cleanout. I'm having a little bit of an issue here with my camera system this morning. I'm not sure why the foot counter's not working. I've reset this thing over and over again, but we are at the base of the cleanout, checking the overall condition and serviceability of the line, dropping into 3-inch ABS pipe. So right out of the gate, the line transitions over to PVC. You have a very, very small belly here. It's about 1 foot in length. Before I reset the my camera system here, it's basically exactly 1 foot long with the line fully drained out there. We'll go back and take a look at that, but you've got maybe 1/4 inch of standing water, maybe slightly more. Not the kind of belly I typically recommend a repair on. Where I generally start to consider repairs is once you've got a 5 foot length of pipe with 1 inch of water that's static with no water running at all. A belly of that size takes a lot of doing on the homeowner side, and by that I mean abuse, to get it to a point of causing a blockage. Transitioning here now to 4-inch 3034 PVC. Again, another very minor spot of standing water there. It's all of maybe 1 to 2 feet in length. That was even less than the first one. That was about 1/16 to 1/4 inch of water. The only way you can get blockages to, or at least for that to contribute to a blockage, is if you're putting something down the line that is already likely going to block the sewer pipe. And generally speaking, that's big wads of improper items like wipes and paper towels. And there's our main lateral. I'll kind of guesstimate the length here. It looks like we ran out right around 50 feet or so, but I'll go locate. All right, line terminates out on Southwest Shore Drive. We're approximately about 55 feet to the main lateral. I just did some heel-to-toe steps coming all the way back from that locate. You're just about right on the money there. Just probably a little bit more than 50 feet. And the line, as it makes its way out, to the street, looks like just by the time it straightens out and runs across the curb, looks like it's running up just to the left of the driveway. Near where the for sale sign post is at right now, I was pretty in line with that where I got my locate. That gives you an idea. And we had a bunch of water. I've been messing with my camera here for a while. We had a ton of water go down line, so at this point we're just going to leave the water off so it fully drains. That way, any of the bellies we were looking at there, we're looking at in their natural state, not exaggerated. And quite a clean sewer line to boot. There's very little buildup in the line at all. That's honestly the main reason I run water for the most part, at least on newer sewer lines, just to keep the gunk off the camera lens. And I'll notate these on the report here. It's about 2 feet after the transition there. And that was, I mean, you're between 1/16 and 1/4 inch maximum. I don't even think you had 1/4 of an inch there. Very minor. Far too minor to require repair work. Bellies of that size have essentially zero bearing on functionality, even when the line is, you know, not that you should abuse your sewer line, but for instance, those are situations where you would have to really help things along. You're blocking up a belly that tiny. You've got some wild stuff going down your pipe. I'm going to have to go into the shade here. I've got a lot of sun on my screen, even shading it with the umbrella. I'm having a hard time seeing something here. Right on this inside turn, the life of me, I cannot tell if that's just debris sitting on the inside of that turn there. I'm going to do a quick toilet flush to see if any of that stuff knocks loose. It looks reminiscent of some debris, but a flush coming down line. I may have to review this one at home to get a better view of this. There's so much sun in my face reflecting off the house. It's just hard to see fine detail. And I will locate this and get it marked in the event, you know, after I send the report off. It's possible there may be a recommendation there that I'm not mentioning right now. It's hard to tell what's going on there. It's just on that inside turn. Right now it's the bottom of the screen, but that's actually the right side of the pipe. Can't tell if you've got debris sitting there or if the pipe wall is kind of deformed inward. But I will go locate this. Alrighty, so I have preemptively marked this in the event I recommend something on it. I'm sitting, and it's one I recommend relocating if any repairs are necessary. I'm getting just kind of a wonky, my locate is not coming in as strong as I'd like it to here, but I'm sitting just barely to the left of the driveway right now. Very near a little bush. My concern is we could potentially have something going on there related to roots. It's hard to say right now. But I was getting around 5 foot 8 inches to about 6 feet deep there. And the way the line meanders around here, it's actually, we're probably closer to about 65 feet. It doesn't run a dead straight shot, it does a zig and a zag. But I just did another locate after that location there, and this is just right where the line is turning adjacent to the driveway. Looks like it runs up just barely to the left of the concrete. And there's a bush it's the last bush before you hit the sidewalk there, just to the left of the driveway. You'll see a white X marking. So anyway, right now I'm not sure if it's something I'm going to recommend to fix on. I've got to review this in better lighting to see what that is. It could simply just be some debris that got stuck on that turn. Because of its proximity to that bush there, it's one that I'm going to take another look at just to make sure nothing's going on. You could have the start of a root intrusion or something of that nature. And then again, I'll notate this on the report here, this little tiny belly here. It's essentially from 0 to 1 feet, or clean out to the 1 foot mark there. At your worst point, right now my camera is coming up out of the clean out, so it's hard to get the camera head sitting flat here. But you're working with about I would call that 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch, and 1/2 of an inch is pushing it. That's mostly because just to get the camera head leveled off there, it's immediately into the clean out. My camera head is kind of in a downward angle. It's not flattened out yet. Looks like it's about 1/4 of an inch though. So anyway, both bellies there from about clean out to 1 foot, and then the 2 feet following the transition from PVC to 3034, both are far too minor in my opinion to require repairs. I will take a second look there to review the video just before the PVC transitions to 3034 PVC for possible roots or possible compromised joint. Otherwise, everything else in here got good flow. All appears to be intact and functioning properly at this time. And as it sits right now, whatever that little bit of a question mark is there right before the 3034 PVC transition, not affecting flow in a big way, but it's possibly the start of something. So if I see any evidence there the joint's compromised, with either dirt coming through or possibly the start of roots, it's something I'd recommend to fix on, but we'll see. Watch for the report on this one.